News that is just incredible. Hello? Why is that not doing that? How do I do that? Let me try again. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Incredible gift to me, free from you. If you could reach out to people that you know and ask them to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I really was kind of hoping I would reach 300 by the end of this year. So I posted that like 2 days ago. And you know what? I have I have 306. I have 306, all because of you. We were at 294. So look what you did. Look what you did. That's so sweet. That is so kind. And I am just over the moon because, every little step gets us closer to a tribe of some kind of substance. And YouTube is eventually um, participating with people who uh, do videos on a regular basis, and they actually pay you. They don't pay you. So anyway, I have this great thing I want to talk about today. First of all, cheers. I am significantly better today than I was on Tuesday. And I don't know whether I had to run a bunch of errands yesterday, and it was sunny-ish, but chilly. And I've been trying to stay inside, and just kind of walking around feeling like I've got some kind of unwelcome, unofficial traveler with me in here somewhere, mostly in my throat. And I thought maybe the fresh air will help. So I had to go 1, 2, 3, 4 places. And then I was invited to get together with a group of friends that we used to get together every week way back in the day. And now we kind of do it once a month. And it was amazing to see them all and realize how many years it has been that we have been a unit. It was really quite fabulous. Back in the day, there were 6 of us. And I used to say that we were friends without the scriptwriters. We would get together and complain and kvetch and moan about how, things were going badly or ridiculously or whatever. And it was, there were 2 girls and 4 guys, and we just got together in a kind of a harmless setting to get an attaboy or there. And it meant a lot, and it meant a lot more than we realized. And over time, it became a thing. And I think, I don't know, there were quite a few of us last night, and several of us were missing because, it's the holidays. So all in all, I was out of the apartment, out in the fresh air for about 6 hours, here, there, everywhere, doing things, sitting down, dealing with stuff. And as I was driving home, I thought, I actually feel better. I actually probably needed to get out. I needed to, get some brisk air. I needed some breeze. I needed to be more active because, when you don't feel well, you're just kind of a limp rag. So I think what I did was I sort of gave whatever this little cold, kind of gave it a shot behind the ear boot, and it said, "Oh, sorry, my bad," picking up its baggage and going away. So in the conversations with everybody, now we've been friends, this group, for, it's crazy to say it, 20 years. It's actually 20 years. I mean, their lives have changed enormously, and people have come and people have gone, and it's very cool. How have you been? Sort of thing. And we're not related. We don't work together. We're just friends. And we met randomly and decided to keep meeting deliberately. Very cool. So one of the things that we were observing last night is how grumpy people get this time of year. And and one of the guys does the most amazing shoulder massage. When I walked in, he said, "I'm ready for you." And I said, "Actually, I think I want to keep my distance. I don't want you to catch what I've got." And I figure if you rubbing my shoulders, he said, "Oh, okay." So we started talking about how contagious attitude is. And I've talked about this before. And I said, you can get on an elevator, and if nobody's saying anything, well, good morning, Freddie. How wonderful to see you. Welcome back. Um, you can get on an elevator and you can know immediately that the other people on the elevator were having a very difficult conversation, or somebody just told a joke and they had all laughed, and they were all just standing there now, but all of that yummy energy, or that energy, is still in the elevator, because the elevator is a sealed cube until the door opens, right? And you step into whatever that is and it washes over you. And so, you can't really stand in front of elevator doors like this. You can't, because when they open, everybody inside. However, I had this conversation many, many years ago with a woman who does, I don't want to sound all woohoo here. She does a kind of energy work. She sits and listens and talks to people, and then gradually draws them out and finds out where the seed of whatever their mood or their energy is, and talks them through it and gets them to recognize what they've been saying and doing, because a lot of what we do is completely unconscious. We don't realize it. And I told her that I would go once every 6 weeks for an intensive deep tissue massage, because I spend a lot of time at the computer. And I do my exercises, and I do my, I do some working out. I'm sort of active, but I'm not, I don't leap tall buildings. And she said, well, do you protect yourself? And I said, what do you mean? Because I had said to her, the massage is amazing. The masseuse is very well trained, and what we get in the slow working of the muscles is getting rid of the lactic acid that has sort of solidified and built up and knotted the muscles together. And she's gradually warming all that up and allowing everything to move properly. And it feels amazing. I always tell a masseuse to just pour me into a bucket and just set me outside until my bones harden again, so I can actually, I can actually get home. And this friend of mine, this woman who, talks to people about how they are, she said, good morning, Daniel. Oh, how nice to see you. And yes, Freddie, you certainly do. You got to keep yourself fluid and flexible and limber. Anyway, what this woman said was, there are 3 things going on in a treatment clinic where there is any kind of repair taking place. The people who come, who book the appointment, who choose to invest their disposable money in a procedure, are coming because there's something they want fixed. And I said, true. So, hair, nails, massage, facial, whatever, the reason the person has decided to do that for themselves, it's a form of self-care, is because something is not working right. Something is out of alignment. Something feels off. They've looked in the mirror and said, oh my God, how long has that been going on? And therefore, they're not in a place of peace. They're in a place of off balance. They are in a place of something's flawed. I need to get it fixed. They're in a place of taking action. They're only taking action because what they see, what they feel, what they perceive, they're not happy with. So they are bringing not happy with them into the clinic. And I said, right. And she said, and the people who do the work, the experts, the technicians who do whatever these procedures are, these are people. These are humans. These are individuals with lives and families and issues and experiences and hurdles and challenges. And unless they do the pre-work before they walk in the door, they bring their stuff as well. And I said, right. I said, and she said, and then you come in with your issue, and that you have chosen to take care of it. There is still an interval before the taking care begins in which you are vulnerable because you have put your trust and your faith in someone else becoming very close to you when you are face down asleep or sitting back asleep, and therefore not defended against anything. And whether or not you're consciously aware of it, you are bringing that vulnerability into the space. And I said, right. And she said, so you walk in, if you didn't do any preparation, you walk in exposed, no boundaries policed, you are vulnerable. Other people walk in with their jarring, jangling energy, and the technicians walk in with their jarring, jangling energy, and you have not any protection surrounding you. So you are there for the time you're there. You are relaxed. And by the way, the manipulation of whatever it is changes our balance state, and the body is now trying to correct itself afterwards. So we are not balanced. We are off balance and tired. And we leave. And we go home and we fall down. And then we wake up the next day and we feel as though we've been run over by a truck. And I'm sitting there and I said, that's exactly right, isn't it? She said, yes, it is. And I said, what do I do? And she said, well, you're a boater. You're a boater, right? I tell everybody about my father telling me how to hike out in a sailboat, forgetting to remind me that the wind is going to stop in a second, so you have to be ready to jump back in the boat. And when he didn't remind me of that or explain that to me, when the wind did stop, I fell out of the boat. Then he had to haul me back in the boat. It was the second time that got a lot of eye rolling going on both sides. Anyway, because everybody, in my circle knows that I have, a Nordic Viking background, and very fond of water and the ocean and aquatic sports and so on. She said, when you go boating and they bring a boat into the dock, what do? And I said, well, you flip the fenders over and then you tie the boat up. And she said, what's a fender? And I said, they're different shapes. They're sort of this, and it's very hard rubber. And they're tied to little cleats on the boat inside. And they float. That's why they're. And what you do when you're pulling up, before you get too close to the dock or to the other boats that are there, you toss these inflatable fenders over the sides so that when you tie off and the wave action comes, it doesn't scrape all the paint off the side of the boat when you're up against the dock or some other boat, some other boater, something with a pointy outside doesn't poke holes in your boat. And she said, and how difficult is it to do that? And I said, to do what? And she said, well, to position the fenders. And I said, well, nothing. I mean, they're tied there. You carry them with you. They're always on the boat. And there's, cleats placed at regular intervals. And it's just a matter of, when you're pulling up, somebody's steering you in and somebody's at the front of the boat and somebody's at the back of the boat to, throw the ropes to somebody on the dock. So just before you get that close, you just walk along and flip them over. You flip them over and flip them over. Throw the lines, person ties them. Pulls you close, you get off the boat, shut off the motor or whatever, and away you go. She said, so it's really simple. And I said, well, yeah, as long as you have them, you have them. Anybody who buys a boat buys those. It's like when you buy a car, you need a floor mat, you need, stuff, scraper for the windshield, whatever. And she said, so it's just equipment that every boater knows to carry with them. Yeah. And if you're a first-time boat owner, well, somebody explains it to you, And by the way, we'll sell the fenders with the boat. Oh, okay. What do they do? And it's explained. And she said, so then you could do that. I said, I could do what? I do every time I'm boating. She said, no, when you go for a massage. Before I go for the massage? She said, yeah. You could flip your hidden inflatable bubble over the side from the inside you to the outside of you in preparation for walking in. You have inside you the ability to protect you. It's inside. It's hidden. All it would take is 10 seconds when you get out of the car. You go, boop, stand there for a second. Visualize it. Walk in. Protected. Consciously protected. I said, that's amazing. She said, yes, it is. It's what we call a simple win. I said, I'm very fond of simple wins. Yeah. So last night and yesterday afternoon, I went to all these places. And I'm very, I know what day it is. I know that Christmas and New Year's are fast approaching. I know that everybody's getting together. I know that I'm on the tail end of a cold. So I had a mask. I don't want anybody to get what I've got or what I'm getting rid of. I don't want to get anything they might have. Driving along, had the mask, chin, got out, got my bags, went to do my different things. Just outside the store, shields up. Invisible hug, bubble, hugging me, holding me safe from all the pre-holiday anxious making toxic stuff. In we go. Do the thing. Thank everybody. Look them in the eye. Say whatever you are hoping and wishing and planning for, you deserve it. And there's people say, well, thank you. You're very welcome. Well, thank you. And same to you, that sort of thing. Because I'm protected. And all I'm passing out over my shields is my very best for you on your behalf. And all the other stuff is inside my bubble. All my little germy things, any anxiety I might have, any exhaustion, no, it's all safe inside. And my invisible hugging bubble is keeping me safe. So that's the conversation today. The conversation today is, do we do that? Are we ever really aware that we can do that? No, we're not. We're not aware unless you've done the work. And the reason we're not aware is because it's all subconscious. It's all very, very primitive stuff that we learned how to do before language. We learned by imitating how to protect ourselves out there amongst the saber-toothed whatnots. Did you see that thing I posted on Facebook the other day? Some list of bizarrely crazy, dangerous wildlife in some country on the other side of the world. And And I said, why would I ever go there? I mean, there's this and there's that, and there's poisonous sneeze snakes, sea snakes, and there's flying spiders, and there's something else, and killer foam. And I thought, okay, what do they have on the good days? Please tell me that's not the good day. And how do people survive there at all? Well, they have developed their own mechanisms for protecting against. But if I go there unaware, if I didn't do my research before going, hello, whose fault is that? Mine. I'm going to a place I've never been. I have no idea what's there. Why would I assume that everything is benign? Can't be. Life is not benign. It's a jungle. Stuff eats stuff. Stuff sits on stuff. Stuff digs stuff up and buries stuff. I mean, it's a challenging place we live. Then how do we do this? What is this trick? What is this technique? Okay. In addition to, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's your day? Really? A 6? Is that the number you're aiming for? Yeah. Awesome. Well done. No, I might like an 8. Okay, then. Adjust your bearings accordingly. What do you mean? Well, if 6 is here and 8 is over there somewhere, then that's where you're heading, right? So adjust your heading. You're already at 6. Adjust the heading. Chart your course. Hoist the sails. Row, damn it, row. Oh. We can wake up feeling like a 4. Okay, that was the cards we were dealt. But we get to play the hand. We get to do something to alter the outcome of those cards we were dealt. We can sit there and say, poor me, or we can say, can I have a different card, please? I'm not much of a card player, but I get the idea that you can discard and ask for cards and put money in to negotiate for cards, whatever. We get to change what we're holding, and we get to practice and perfect the tools and our techniques, right? We don't just stand there on one leg and expect everything to change automatically. We are not autopilot. We do a lot of stuff on autopilot, but we are not robots. It isn't automated that at exactly 10 o'clock something happens. We have to do it, right? It's us. So we can also then protect us. So when we've got the later folder, we're going to use the later folder. We drive someplace and whatever the stressful thing is, you just take out the folder real quick and you write down road rage. Got to think about that later, and you close the folder, leave it on the passenger seat, pat the folder and say, I'll be back. Because now you can leave that worry and that distraction in the car. You can get out of the car. Instead of trying to mentally multitask or emotionally multitask, you can mentally or emotionally or energetically, you can monotask. You can focus on the task, the reason you're here, why you got in the car, why you caught the bus, went for the walk, your purpose when leaving where you were to get to where you are is now your number one focus. Now you're going to enjoy it to the fullest extent. Even if it's tough, even if it's challenging, you're going to go in there fully ready because you're not all over the map, right? Okay. So you've done the later folder. You're about to get out of the car. Don't forget the fenders. Boof. Don't forget the hidden hugging bubble. Think of it as a heart with arms. That's how I'm thinking of it. It's a heart. It's a pillow. Heart with arms. Except it's not a pillow. It's not soft. Doesn't matter if it gets wet. It's invincible, right? It's rubber, plastic, whatever. And you've got a bunch of them. They're invisible. And you toss them out. Anywhere there is something about you that is potentially vulnerable. You're surrounded by these hidden, hugging bubbles. I like them heart-shaped because this is about caring. This is about being a Care Bear to ourselves, right? I brought that up last night. I talked about the Care Bears thing, and everybody's laughing. And I said, so this guy says, I wonder if the Care Bears all stand around and ask each other, shouldn't we be wearing pants? And one of the women at the table said, in this weather, what the hell is wrong with them leaving the house without pants? And I said, well, in the land of Carolot, it's never cold. And she said, okay, that's just annoying. It's grown people talking about Care Bears and pants. It was benign and it was fun and it was funny. And we were all there leaving all of our baggage outside the door in anticipation of how cool it was going to be back together again. How great it was going to be to say, how awesome is this? How have you been? I heard some news. Are you okay? It was a love fest, and we didn't have to do anything special except show up. If we had all walked in grumpy and snarky and snarly, it would have been a challenge. The love and the laughter and the fun and all the memories that we have, we could probably defeat anything negative. We could sense it among each other, and we were having these, we would break into little conversational things and have our quiet. So how are you? Are you okay? Is there anything? Do we want to maybe talk sometime or get a coffee or? No, I think I'm okay. Or yeah. Oh gosh, I'd love that. Like we had our little moments because we have known each other for 20 years and we care about each other genuinely. Do we see each other every month? Nope. I've been AWOL for a while, coming infrequently. So this was the first time for a lot of them saying, hey, you really are back. All right, come here. And so we were reinforcing our hidden hugging bubbles and plumping up theirs. We were protecting each other. We were cherishing each other. We were saying best time ever. We didn't immediately say, so we'll see you in 2 weeks or whatever, because it has become a routine that we try to do it every month. Sometimes it's every 6 weeks. However, it is a continuum. We know we're going to. So we didn't leave anxious about the next time because we have created a routine that we rely on that makes us feel loved and cared about and safe. And so I think that on this first day of winter, it's beautiful and sunny here, but a little brisk. It's not as cold as it could be, but it's beautiful looking out the window, seeing all the sun. First day of winter. It is the day. It is a day that it starts to turn in our northern hemisphere, and so the sun will be setting a little later, and the days will be a little longer, and spring and summer can't be far ahead. So that's always an up. That's always an up feeling. And we're going to be getting together with people we love or don't, and we're going to brace ourselves for that. So I thought today that this is the perfect time for this conversation. Our hugging bubble is whatever we imagine it to be. Mine is a heart with arms, because of course it is. It's a cartoon. And I am, after all, the number one mom, so. Mine is a heart with arms, and it's plush and soft and squidgy. That's how I envision it. And I have enough of them to go all around the car and me. So as I'm getting out of the car, I've done the later folder. And then it's like, boop, 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 just flipping those fenders over the side of the boat. Doom, 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 doom. Tally ho. And as I walk across the parking lot, whoever I encounter, I walk through the door, whatever energy comes at me, as I go up to the counter and I say, I'm here for my massage. And they all, I'm early. I am overpowering whatever their energy is with this anticipation thing. I'm also protecting. myself from all the extraneous stuff. Also the lingering stuff left behind, yet to fully dissipate from the previous people. I am surrounded. I go in. I see the technician who's going to work miracles. And I say how glad I am to be here. And how are you? How are you? How's your day? How have your days been since our last visit? And we do a quick update. And then I just surrender to the moment. She works her magic. I make mooing noises into the pillow. Because it is magic. So the reason I wanted to talk to us today about this is until we know we have a tool, until we know we have a technique, until we know we have a memory of how we used it stored, until we know where that memory is, and until we know how to go get it, we're unprepared. Since I know all those things, given the way I was raised and the way I've practiced and the career path I've chosen, I'm in a perfect position to share it with you. I'm in a perfect position to tell you the story that makes you smile like that. And invites you to be receptive to the next bit of information I share. And then I say, give it a try. Let me know how you felt. Write it down so you don't forget. You know, when I was doing my video on Shoes Day, Patrick was on, and he said, your scale of 1 to 10 thing, I need to write that down. I keep forgetting to do it. And I said, yes, you do. I said, I'll tell you though, you do it one time and you'll never forget it, because the reactions you get from people when you're talking to them, and they know that because you're using tangible words that resonate with them, on a scale of 1 to 10, how is your day so far, is not the same thing as, hi, how are you? Fine, and you? This is an actual asking a question that requires more than a fine and you, yes, no. They actually have to consider what you said and come up with something. Connect. Ooh, interesting. Oh, thanks for asking. You're very welcome. So you're at a 6, you're at a 4, you're at a 7. What's the number you'd like to have by the end of the day? I don't know. I never thought of it. I don't know, maybe a 6. I'm at a 4, maybe a 6. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a 6. All right then. Time to adjust the bearings. Ah, there you go. Go that way. What are you talking about? Well, listen, if you're aiming for 8, or you're aiming for 6, then any number below that is irrelevant. It's off course. You want to keep an eye out. No, that might be a shark. A shark is a 2. Let's make sure the shark stays over there and we stay over here. But we're not focused on the shark, because then we don't go anywhere. We're not focused on the grumpy person in the store. Prices, kids these days, blah, 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 blah. If we're focused on that, then we absorb it all. And we feel tired, you know, and we feel tight in our chest. You know, that thing, the simple win I said yesterday, if you just focus on a sunny beach, close your eyes, focus on a sunny beach. Think about the hot sand between your toes. Think about, you can hear the waves, right? If you just think about it, like I would say, whoosh, slap, whoosh, slap, right? And then just this salty air. It's different kind of salt, right? Salty air, seaweedy, salty air. Just smell that. Maybe some coconut suntan lotion somewhere. Um, okay, do that. Just do that. Think about that. How warm is it? Oh yeah, the sun right there. Oh, okay. You do that for 10 seconds. You open your eyes again, and you have used the later folder, right? You have set aside the thing, and now you're over here. You just spent 10 seconds on a sunny beach. Whatever it was that was bugging you is on the other side of that 10 seconds. It's there, but in order for you to go back and mesh yourself in it, you have to go back. Why would you do that? If you were a 4 and the grumpy thing around you is pulling you toward a 2, and you can do the sunny beach thing, or you can, pull out your, hidden hugging bubble and flip it all around you. Visualize yourself walking around with all these hearts around you. People, the hell is that? then the 2, then the shark, then the can't touch you. Da 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 da. That song I won't sing. Can't touch this. You can't touch me. If I very mature, Abby. Well done. You can't touch me if I am untouchable. Kind of goes without saying. So today being the 21th of December, 22nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 26th Boxing Day. Oh God. And then what is it? New Year's. Woo! 2nd of January. Okay, that's kind of what the next few days are going to be. Let's stock up. Let's stock up on positivity, sure. Mostly the self-care, the decision. My dear friend Eddie Fleiss has managed to get himself sick. He went to work and he was being cheerful about it because we were talking about the on a scale of 1 to 10 thing, and I said, I know you feel like crap. MC Amory, that's right. He said, I'm gonna do my best to do the 1 to 10 thing. I got stuff and I'm coughing and I feel like, And I said, okay, but have some soup, have some sweet tea, take a lozenge, wear a cozy sweater, and tell everybody don't come near me, And somebody said, how are you so positive? And he was sending me this message. He said they were asking me how I was so positive. I said, oh, honey, thank you for sharing that. Congratulations, well done, you. And he said, you know what I said to them? No. I said, it's a lot easier being sick if I'm comforting myself. It's a lot easier to feel surrounded by, when you're a toddler. When you're a toddler and you're having toddler terror, you're having toddler tantrum, or you're having toddler tired, just wrung out, toddler tired. You just want somebody nurturing to, give you some kind of a hug, a hidden hugging bubble, and something warm and comfy, and a there, and to make you feel like it's going to be okay. That's what we need. Okay, well, if you're a grown person and you have to go to work, then the only person who's going to do that for you right now is us, we. So the hidden hugging bubble, write down the stuff. See you later. I'm off to do something that's good for me. Eddie went to work. Did he want to go to work? No. But the benefit, the bonus, the reward is that he was cheerful. People shopping there were grateful. He earned his salary. He earned the thanks, and he earned the positive attaboys. And he got to come home, and dinner was waiting for him. He got to go back to bed. The only thing difficult about it, the only thing uphill was the fact of the cold. However, he chose to surround himself with all the things that were hugs and cuddles and rewards and cheering from the sidelines. And he was reminded by me endlessly that this is the way we ride the waves. Is by reaching for the high ground rather than if we can elevate and float over, it's a smoother ride, right? So the episode today is based on the three things that are going on around us all the time, not merely this time of year when there's an elevated expectation and anticipation that constantly keeps us on the edge of the jarring adrenaline surge, right? So here's what's going on around us. And I'm back at the boating metaphor. Choppy waters. When a lot is going on, when there's a lot of expectation and anticipation, the waters around us are choppy. The energy is not smooth. That rocks the boat. That sets us up for something. The second thing that is all around us, especially in choppy waters, is boating debris. Logs that have floated to the surface, annoying fish with large teeth, garbage that fell off some inconsiderate other boater's vehicle, equipment that fell over the side, stuff we did not mean to lose our grasp on is nevertheless now there, and water floats many things. Those things on choppy waters can float at speed with momentum and therefore impact and jar our little boat, jar our peace of mind, jar our focus, scar us deeply or just surface. And then we notice and think, oh, I got to fix that. Okay. We need to remember that at times of the year like this, we are in choppy waters and there will be floating or submerged debris. That's the second thing, right? And the third thing is clumsy, kvetching, well-meaning, angry, discombobulated, unfocused fellow travelers, other boaters. We are not islands. We are all in this together. You can have happy, excited, distracted shoppers. You can have grumpy, exhausted, not feeling well shoppers. You can have people just standing there lost in a memory and you don't realize that they stopped moving. Sorry. Those are the three things that are around us, awake and asleep, 24/7. And when we don't leave the safety of our little nest, our little boat, our little cabin, and we are at home, we are choosing to watch, we are choosing to invite into our lives stuff that's on various media. We can choose to sit alone with our thoughts and make the decision to focus on sad things, angry things, happy things, exciting things, uncertain things. We then contribute to the choppy waters. We then contribute to the floating debris. We then become the distracted boaters. So it's really important for us to recognize they're all out there, and every so often they look this way. My college mentor used to say that. Where? Who? Mark my words. They're all out there. And sometimes we are what's out there. Quick drive-by hello and hugs. How are you, Eddie? Quick drive-by hello and hugs. On a scale of 1 to 10, how is it going today? Let me know. And hugs back. What we get to do is choose. We get to choose to stay stuck. We get to choose to say, I think I'm ready for more. 7.5. He was a 7 yesterday. 7.5. Good for you. Good for you. So, well, later when you have time to watch this video full, you're going to really love it. Guaranteed. So, we have choices every day, all the time, awake and asleep, actually. What we think about last before we go to sleep is kind of where we are once we drift off. So, get our hidden huggable bumpers. Get them out. Let them hug us. Hug them back. Be grateful for what we've got. Be excited about what's coming. Prepare for what might be off the port bow. I think that's where, if we choose to go there, I think we're all going to have an incrementally better time over this coming weekend, because this coming weekend is the weekend of the highest highs and the lowest lows. And we need to be prepared. I want you to be prepared. I want you to have the tools. You have the tools. We all have the tools. I want you to realize that you have the tools. I want you to know where they are. I want you to take as much time as you need to re-watch this and say to yourself, I know what she's talking about. I know, oh my God, I know what she's talking about. Because it's not that knowledge is power. It's knowing that we have the knowledge that wakes us up and excites us. It's the excitement and the curiosity that are the power. You know I'm right? So, I'm going to leave us a little earlier today. Between now and next Tuesday, between now and Boxing Day, oh my God, I might jump on, if I can, on the weekend, see what I can do to wish you on the day all the things that you're dreaming of. I'd like to be part of that in the midst of your crazy preparations. Between now and then, there's a couple of things it's going to take all of us doing together, all right? I want us to believe that it's possible if we're ready. If we're getting our appetite back. If we're sitting up a little straighter. If we're wondering what's over there. I wonder what that is. I think it's all possible. I think that together, we doing this pivot free in motion process together, I think we can get back to our excellence. I think we can get back to our happily ever. I think we're not that far from it. I think we have only drifted off course a little. I think we can do it the minute we choose to say, I am doing it. I am joy. I am abundance. I am the warm hug. And I'm going to start with me. And once I say, yeah, that's kind of cool, I'm going to see how many people I can infect with it. That's my goal this holiday. My goal is that you are good to you. That you are ready for more of you. Not be more, do more, have more. Just that you are ready for you. And you are ready to welcome you Welcome back. The way all the guys and gals did last night at our little mini reunion. Welcome back, Ab. Good to see you. Hugs. How long has it been? Oh my God, it can't be that long. It's time for us to welcome us back. Wherever we've been, my dad used to say, it's nice to go out and it's nice to come home. And I think it's time we gave ourselves permission to welcome ourselves home. And I hope you agree with me. You guys are amazing. We went from 294 to 306 in one day, thanks to you. I now am over my hoped for 300 subscribers on YouTube before the end of the year. Huzzah. I'm going to keep it close to my little perfect happy nest for this holiday, reaching out to the people I love, people like you. And I really hope you do the same. And whatever ups and downs and surprises and shocks and scary moments come, I know you know that they also go. As my really, really brilliant Viking friend Lars Ellinglund says, when you're in the forest, surrounded by the tall, dark shadows, do you know what that really means? If there are tall, dark shadows, the light is right there. The light is right there. It's the trees that are casting the shadows. Head for the light. It's waiting. It's right there. Okay? So, hidden hugging bubbles. Those are the words today. I was going to say be good to you, but I've already said it, so I have to say it again. Tell your loved ones they're awesome. Don't say love you more. Love you. I need more. No, love you. And I love you. You are awesome. That's the way to do it. All right? Give it a try. See how it feels. And I will catch you very soon.